not snooty. Like, whatever. I'll drink it.
Totally.
I'm just kind of trying to make you sound less like a dick.
Who, me or Tony?
Both of us.
Oh,
No, you.
We're both assholes here.
This week we drink Rage and One Star from Greenbush Brewing. This is episode 57 of the Malting Hour.
What's the haps on the hops? Got yeast, that's beast. This the Molten Hour where we talk about our drink and tell you what we think every other week. And if we get drunk, well, we might slur our speech. Got the gift of gab, the friends you wish you had. Join us for a drink, join us for a laugh. Time is never wasted, where you getting wasted. The Molten Hour here, people take your places. People take your places. People take your home.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Gift of Gab. Nice. Good job. Welcome, everybody. This is episode 57 of the Malting Hour. I'm one of the hosts, Tony Golick, joined always with
Brandon Winninger.
And fresh off the highway and now walking everywhere he needs to because he just needs to.
He's Healthy Clark.
Healthy Clark Fettridge.
Hey, man. Hey, guys. Look at us. This is the first time we're back in the studio together.
In a long time,
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
I can't wait to hear all the echoes that are going to annoy me. The reverb.
No, well, so...
It's just the reverb in your
I know. Well, so going back to how we normally record, it's usually, with this, it's not as bad. It's not as
No,
bad.
I know. It's just me being super anal about it and hearing it and being like...
It's better than St. Cloud Hotel Wi-Fi.
I think we should go there together and record an episode in the room together.
Separate rooms.
Yeah, perfect.
Same room, same bed.
Sounds fun.
Hey, oh.
Anyway, that's for another episode. Nuts and gum. Nuts and gum. So this is our first time back in what we call the Malting Hour studios, and we're drinking some beers, Clark, that you brought. What's this? What, Clark's Vacation Beers Part 2?
Yeah, Brandon got all the time on his show last week.
It's not even Vacation Beers Part 2. It's
I know.
Clark goes to his other house every once in a while and grabs some beers on his way back.
And I just so happened to stop by a brewery
Yeah.
every time I go there.
But I will note before we say what brewery it is. This is every time I've gone to Michigan. This is one of my favorite breweries to go to. Their location is awesome. Their setup is awesome. I haven't been there during COVID, but I've never had a bad experience there.
It's Greenbush.
Greenbush Brewing Company.
Son of a bitch.
In Sawyer, Michigan. About 15 minutes over the border from Indiana.
Is it really 15 minutes?
Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah, it's easy to get to.
Right off the highway.
The first time I went there, I was going up to New Buffalo, but pulled off in Sawyer to get gas, and the person I was with was like, "Man, it'd be cool if they had a brewery over here." And I was like, "Wait, Sawyer?" And Greenbush was distributing in Illinois. I was like, "Wait, I think Greenbush is in Sawyer." And I looked, and it was 5 minutes away, like literally down the road.
There.
And it was when it was just like the original location, which I think that one was an old like gas station or auto shop or something like that.
Yeah, Sawyer, Michigan back in the day was not much of anything. And it's still very small, but it's bustling these days.
Well, yeah.
And Greenbush is, the reason
Yeah,
why.
I would say Greenbush has that brings a crowd in because now they've got space across the street.
Well, I do want to find out about that because they did. They called it the Annex, which they still have an annex, but they shut down the one across the street with the big outdoor area.
Oh,
yeah, we went there. That's
what- number of years ago.
I've been there
That's
with
where I got
you.
my shirt.
I don't know if they sold the property or they're
Ate some
doing something
sausage.
else with it, but a
Delicious.
number of years ago they bought a restaurant right next door to the brewery and restaurant pub, whatever they call it. And now that's the Annex. They have a big bar in there, a couple more tables, more food. I don't know what they're doing across the street. I really love that spot.
Yeah, that was really cool.
So hopefully it's
I
just.
think there was like bocce courts out there.
Yeah.
One time I went out there. I was like,
The second time you and I went up there, that's where we went. Because the first time we went, we were like gung ho on trying to hit like as many breweries as possible. It was Clark was our first Michigan trip.
Boy,
Where all the happiness just went away.
so much happiness gone.
So I remember the first time we went, we just like we were like, yeah, we're gonna go to other places, and I was like, I'm gonna try the flight. I'm gonna do a flight, and you're like, oh, okay.
That's right. We had lunch there.
Yeah,
too.
we had lunch, and like you're going through it, and you're like, and you were like already like, all right, let's go. And I was like, oh, okay. I guess I didn't realize how many stops we had. It was fun though.
And this, I think, was when, in the first number of years they were open, they only brewed beers, I think 6 was the minimum ABV. So I'm pretty sure at that time, all you were drinking was like a flight of 6 ounce, 6+ ABV
Wait,
beers.
at Greenbush?
Yeah.
Then off to
No,
Arclight.
because
That's how they started.
yeah,
I mean, this was 10 years ago because they're celebrating their 10th anniversary, which we're talking
wait,
about.
really?
Yeah.
It's only their 10th anniversary. What is it? I guess so.
2021.
At least when I started going there, nothing was below 6. Now they kind of, opened up.
They
a
got
bit.
it all over the place, man. They got so many beers.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess my thing was like 10 years, but I'm like, yeah, I guess I've only really been into craft for.
Yeah.
I mean, like diving into it as much as I have, probably 10 years. But I was like, yeah.
I feel like Greenbush was one of the first breweries that I really, really started liking. That was Midwest. That I could go to if I wanted to. If I wanted to take, the trip because
But you
Clark
never
and I
went.
went there. No, I went with Clark. Clark and I went a few times, a bunch of times.
2 or
Anytime-
3 at least.
Yeah, anytime we'd go up to.
Thanks for the invite.
By the time we went up to St. Joe's, I was still employed at Inclusion.
That's right. It was
At
a
his job.
work trip.
It was a work trip. We had to do stuff.
Well, actually, one was a work trip.
That's true.
So-
Yeah.
Thank-
But I feel like that was one of the beers when I saw it in Chicago. I was like, oh yeah, I've been there. I gotta get them. And then like I've drank a lot of Greenbush beers. But
That's okay.
I know it is. Oh, I know. I'm just saying it's very exciting. This one
I'll
I've
allow
not
it.
tried. Thank you, man.
Yeah, no, Greenbush for me, I certainly started on my craft beer journey as I think they had been open 2 or 3 years at that point. And I started stopping by every time I was going up to Michigan or back from Michigan to grab whatever's new there. And then one year I did their
And share it with Tony.
Christmas advent calendar, beer advent calendar. And that was awesome as a newbie to craft beer because every day there was something new, some new style of beer that I never had before. And it was awesome. That was a great way to get to know different kinds of beer. And I did it for a number of years after. Started to be some repeats, so
Yeah, you got
we
used to
stopped.
it.
But it was very cool. Very neat way to.
And clearly you
Love beer.
still enjoy their beers because you brought 2 of them.
I did, and
Me too.
honestly, I've been on a little bit of a hiatus with Greenbush.
As have I.
I don't know why. I think just I was trying to get out and try some new things, but
Well, like I said, you and I, like we drank pretty much. I want to, except for like maybe some one-offs and things that you can only get up there. We have really gone through a bunch of their beers over the years.
for sure. But no, I think I believe it's their 10th anniversary this year, and they released 2 very special beers.
Drum roll, please.
The first
Oh,
one
sorry.
of which that we're drinking, about to drink, about to taste, it's called 1 Star Belgian Style Quadruple.
I've been drinking.
10th anniversary ale.
that we have been drinking
Here we go.
while talking. That's gonna sound great to everybody.
Interesting. No, I believe the name is based off a 1-star review they received at one point, and they're just making fun of that person.
Burn,
In some
burn.
fashion.
You got burned.
Your thoughts?
At first, the aroma. For some reason, I thought it was barley, so it caught me off guard. I didn't put it together, but it smells very fruity, very Belgian-y, very yeasty. Not yeasty, but the yeasty boys. And flavor-wise, it's kind of. I think there's a really good mouthfeel to it. I don't want to say thick or heavy, but it's definitely a bit more than medium
Yes.
as far as mouthfeel goes. But it's fruity.
It coats well.
Yes, I hate when I say words when I go back and listen to it. I'm like, is that really what I want to say? But there's like a slight tartness, and it could be my taste buds. It could be just the way, but it's not like a sour tartness. It's more fruity. And I'm trying to think of what fruit I can compare it to. Like it's definitely like a dark fruit, maybe like raisiny or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely
those tart
I was gonna
raisins.
say it's definitely raisiny, and then so knowing this is going off a quad style, I totally get what I would normally get on a Belgian quad. And what is this clock in at, Clark?
14%. Does not drink.
No,
I'm almost done with my fucking sample.
It doesn't.
I mean, if someone handed this to me and said, "Guess the ABV," I've said,
9.
"Yeah,
I'd say 9.
8ish,
Yeah,
9,
yeah.
maybe."
So, and again, this kind of embodies, like as a home brewer, what I would want to have in a Belgian quad.
Sure.
And it's got this weird heat that like lingers on my tongue. and there's no flavor that can describe that. It's just kind of like this heat. And
I'm feeling that. I was joking. I think right before we recorded, we didn't think you were
heartburn.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I got heartburn.
Yeah,
no, but it's not heartburn, but there is like this warm.
You can feel it. Yeah,
this heat going down my chest
and
into my gut.
I'm glad that we split these because having a single one of these.
I think we could have shotgun. We should have shotgun one of them. Someone should have shotgun.
Well, I'll stop by next week.
Go home and get another one.
Yeah.
Go walk back.
No, I'm just gonna go get
Tony
a
and I will
4-pack
talk
for each of us.
Yeah. Well, wait.
Okay, walk to Michigan.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's go, health boy.
Wait, so is Greenbush still available in Chicago?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have a ton of it. I mean, it's Stark Chicken Shotgun is their flagship IPA.
I know I've seen that. But I haven't seen much else.
I will say that I've noticed different. Maybe just because I wasn't paying attention, but I feel like I've seen either repackaged or maybe just the different way that they're branding it. I could be wrong, but I feel like I've seen newer beers from them on the shelf at Binny's recently, and I was tempted to grab it
probably
one or two times, but I was just kind of go for like simple IPAs lately.
Yeah, no, I think they have been trying a number of different beers out there. When I stopped by a few weeks ago to pick this up, there were 2 or 3 that I'd never had. I think kind of another IPA, another Belgian wit, and some pale ale.
Doomslayer, was that another one?
Doomslayer, yes. They stole it from you.
Yeah, they stole that from us.
Yeah.
Side note, if nobody knew that, our barrel-aged stout that we originally did, we called Doomslayer, that we based off of the video game Doom, and Clark, I believe, or somebody, or Brandon, when somebody brought it to our attention that Greenbush already has a beer called Doomslayer, but it's not a barrel-aged stout, so we changed it to
Soul Survivor.
Soul Survivor, which is, kind of now transformed into the void, technically.
Definitely, yeah. We have not barrel aged it though, so
Not yet.
I would like to try a barrel-aged version of this.
Yeah,
of this quad. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
this
totally.
is. It is really easy to drink, and I'm looking at all 3 of our glasses, and Clark, you're being much more, oh no, both of you guys. Okay, good. Both of you guys are being much more reserved. I'm really enjoying it.
So he's chugging.
That's
water.
true. I need to refill my
rehydrate. Yeah, but yeah, this is.
Need some Gatorade.
I really enjoy Belgian quads when it comes to Belgian style beers. I think Belgian quads to me are kind of reminiscent of barley wines almost, because they're almost similar. You know what I mean? Like except for the profile that comes off from the yeast and the way it's fermented. But yeah, I enjoy quads more than triple, doubles, and singles. So this is a winner for me, man. I really like this.
And just kind of going off that, I'm a huge Belgian beer.
I was about to say jerk, just to be funny.
And I'm also huge.
That's a huge
Brandon,
bitch.
the one you brewed was a triple last fall?
Yeah.
Triple. Okay.
Yeah, so again, so like what I love, I love Belgian beers, and we've had the triples and stuff. I still got that 4-pack from my brother from Christmas that I gotta chill on and drink one of these days. But
why don't you just go get it now?
I brewed the Belgian triple, which was a playoff one that Tony and I did years ago. And then like one of my favorite beers is Quack. That's
a delicious triple.
Well, yeah, you know what? If you look it up on Untappd, it's a Belgian Pale Ale.
What the fuck?
Like, how is Quack a Belgian Pale Ale? How is it categorized as a Pale Ale?
Is it time for my rant yet, or do we wait till?
I'm ready for a rant.
Oh, ready for a rant?
Do it.
You know what? No, I'm joking. I don't have it yet. I don't have a rant in me yet. But that does surprise me because it drinks more like a triple to me. At least that's what it reminded me of. But
it's 8.4%. There's no way that's a Pale Ale.
Yeah, who do they think they are? Fucking 3 Floyds?
Like, how is Belgian Pale Ale even a thing? Like,
I mean, it is. There's Belgian IPAs.
Doesn't matter. You go into a level. You're a Belgian double, triple, or quad.
Hey, what is it?
There's no other.
What is it?
This is my rant.
Okay,
whatever.
So this week it's Brandon's rant.
Everyone's getting real mad. Just 1-star reviews.
Really enjoying this beer, but fuck, Belgian beers, get it together.
I'm just talking
see
about like.
No, I know what you mean.
Categorizing things.
Well, Belgian IPA. I mean, what is it? Something crazy from Revolution. That's a Belgian IPA. Yeah,
that's right.
And I tried doing a Belgian IPA one time, and I was like, not for me. I don't want 5 gallons of this. But when something crazy comes out every year, I always grab at least 1 or 2 6-packs.
Yeah, a little crazy.
A little crazy, sorry. Yeah, I'm like mixing Lagunitas and.
You're right though, but that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's the favorite of mine. I don't drink much of it. I get 1 6-pack every year and enjoy it.
I think you and I may have checked that in around the same time. Like, had to get mine.
Let's see.
Did you get it, Brandon?
Yep.
Did you?
Guess
No.
what I said? 1 6-pack a year.
Yeah. What did I say?
How about that?
What did Tony say?
You said copycat, and then I said, well, my check-in was first, so I won.
Bullshit. I think I told you that I bought it.
I don't remember. We'll have to look up the text.
Sounds
You
cool
just
that
gave
you
it
looked.
4 stars, so thanks for the information there.
You know what? Fuck this show. I'm out of here. You know what? Keep your goddamn Belgian quads, your triples, your paleos, your IPAs, keep it up.
Now, the audience
Don't wake up, Benjamin.
doesn't even know what we're drinking next, but this kind of alludes to our mood. We're very angry. We'll get to that. We'll get to that though. If Tony decides to come back, we might share the next beer with him, but we're still on 1 star.
You know what?
Quadruple ale.
I do have a rant.
1 rant. Should we start the rant timer?
No. Brandon already got the rant.
No, keep going.
We're just as angry
Don't worry,
as
it's
these
recording.
Greenbush customers. Something literally is in this beer.
Wait, it's the beer
We've
then,
all
yeah.
been this
Do you
angry
have some
before.
angry Greenbush customers?
That's the
That's
1
that's
star
the
review.
thing about it. That's why it's called 1
They
star.
left
Yeah.
an awful review, which I can't find it, unfortunately, but it was pretty
blow-
special.
It blows my mind. Okay, here's a rant. There we go. Ready? Here we go. It blows my mind that a beer like this would get a 1-star review. If you don't like this,
Well, it wasn't the beer. It was the entire
The
brewery.
brewery.
It was a
It was a beer
TripAdvisor.
from the... Oh, yeah.
No, it wasn't a beer review. It was
Oh,
I went to
an
Greenbush
experience
and they
review.
made me
No,
wear a
yeah.
mask and blah blah blah. I think it was that kind of stuff.
I will never be coming back here.
So take that, customer.
I
Take
will
that,
never
Karen.
have your experience again.
I thought it was for the beer because I was about to go on a rant of
Oh,
like,
no.
like seriously, like I thought maybe it was a beer they'd already done, and like now they're doing a a different
No,
version.
no.
Because I was gonna say, if you don't like a style or this beer doesn't suck. But now that it's Greenbush, that I don't understand. Why would you give them 1 star?
Yeah. No, I
Karen.
mean, yeah.
sorry.
I would completely agree. Don't give Greenbush 1 star. I don't enjoy all of their beers like a 4 or 5 star level or whatever.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
I'm
But I
with
don't
you.
hate any of their beers. That's what I'm saying. It's like
No, they're a good brewery, and there's not.
I've
there's-
had I've had a lot that they have to offer. I enjoy it, but it's like not my favorite.
It's hard.
But I have favorites from them, and I go to them.
It's hard to find a brewery that you will go to or drink from constantly or consistently. But you're like, I love every single beer.
Yeah.
Every single beer they put out, I love. Now, do I have a brewery or two where I feel that way? Absolutely. About 99% of the beers I've had from them, I love it. I absolutely love it. But it's you can't expect that if there's something you don't like.
Well, no, I will say about Greenbush, I tend to not love many of their IPAs. I think they lean towards on the bitter side, on the grassy bitterness side, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's just not my thing. But
Brandon and I agree.
and you know me, everywhere else I'm just IPA,
Yeah, and again,
hoppy. But
and-
Greenbush, I don't. I kind of veer off course.
yeah, and it's not saying you don't like
Which
the
is
brewery.
nice.
You just
No.
it's not your favorite.
Don't
beer.
prefer that. Yeah, I don't prefer that style of beer that they make.
And if somebody, and like I'm in the camp of like, if I don't like a particular beer, but let's say I went to a party and that's all they were serving for some reason, like I would take it, like drink, like
Welcome to my Greenbush party. All I bought was Greenbush. Thank you for showing up.
you're serving the grassy IPA. I'm like, okay, like,
I gotta go.
I'm not snooty, like whatever, I'll drink it.
Totally.
I'm just kind of trying to make you sound less like a dick.
Who, me or Tony?
Both of us.
No, you.
We're both assholes here. No, I know what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
you don't prefer as far as styles that they make their IPAs. Other beers that you've
Correct.
had,
Everything
you
else.
enjoy, yeah.
Especially barrel aged Retribution, which is a whiskey barrel aged Belgian strong dark ale.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, magnifique. If that ever came back, I'm buying a bunch of those, and we're just drinking those all show and
Cool.
See what happens.
More than one bottle. Awesome. I like it.
like 4-pack for each of us. See what happens.
I'm trying to think of what were some of the other beers from them that I really enjoyed. Nothing's like popping out at me.
Well, again, it really has been a number of years.
Yeah, it's been a
I
while since.
kinda-
Sorry, Greenbush. It's nothing against you guys whatsoever. Clark and I were kind of like kids in a candy shop, and we kind of just went, full force and drank as much Greenbush beer as we can.
I mean, I have a
constantly.
favorite. I will not say what the favorite. One of my most favorite beers that I've had from them that every time I've gone back I got is the beer that Clark brought.
Well, have we had enough of 1 star?
I will say this real quick before we do that. 1 star, very good, 14%. I'm glad we shared it. Granted, we split 2 bottles between 3 of us. I could even split, one of these with you guys, or if it was something that I knew, like, this is all I'm drinking tonight, and I'm sitting out, because it's a good time, summertime sipper. You know what I mean? That's what this show is all about.
100%.
Summertime sipping.
You would drink this outside in the
I would
summer?
drink it outside in the summer or at a fire at night.
Yeah.
Summertime at night.
Oh,
Let me
throw in a little curveball there.
I gotta stress that. I know we're the summertime show, summertime sipping, but welcome to summertime sipping.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say after that. I'm used to returning your sentence with a sentence about just outside. When it becomes dark and at night, Miller Lite time. Is that what I say?
And
if you want a Miller Lite, I have one.
I mean,
I had a Miller Lite when I was
drink that outside too.
Yeah, but this is a summertime outside around the fire beer. But yeah, sorry. If you guys have anything else to say about it before we move on to the next one, I like it.
I love lamp.
Exactly. See, he threw us both off.
You said anything.
And there goes the water through my nose. What is it?
That's the perfect cleanse.
Now I can smell the beer.
21 minutes.
You were wondering about some of Greenbush's other beers?
Yeah. That's what I was trying to look at. What have
Well, Star Chicken, Brother Benjamin. I know we've had.
Oh yeah.
That is a IPA double, if you will.
That's not from South Carolina, so it's not an IPA double.
It's
a double IPA.
Delusion is their longtime
Sunspot
barrel-aged stout.
had that one.
Unicorn Killer, their pumpkin beer. Maybe on one of our 4 pumpkin beer episodes this year.
By the way, all of October, I think, is just pumpkin beers. That's all we're going to do this year. All the pumpkin, all the time. Mr. Hyde, I remember really enjoying that one. Go back up. What's the wheat beer?
400 Divine Rabbits.
Yes, we've had
good
that.
One. And Remnant of Dragon, a red double red ale.
We've also had
that. That is fantastic. One of my first and one of my favorites. Yeah. So.
He can hold his water bottle. He doesn't need a water bottle.
But I suppose one of the reasons we're all so angry, should I say?
What you should have done was lead into it more like why we were so agitated, upset, perhaps maybe unhappy.
I mean, we're still recording.
Yeah, I mean.
No, I know. I was saying. Like,
go on.
No, that's it. So I got. Now I wanted you to go.
Are we filled with rage?
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Feeling a little tense? Tap into some rage. Our giant Imperial Black IPA and let it all out. You'll feel better in the morning. We can't guarantee that last sentiment to be true.
We can't guarantee that last sentence to be true.
That
Holy shit.
is true. Now, hold on.
Woof. I just said woof, and I'm being in the best way possible. You.
So it's 14.6.
Yeah.
And I'm Untapped saying it's 156 IBU.
That makes sense.
Is that possible?
Yeah. Well,
this is 14.6.
As a double IPA,
that's why I like it.
They built it up at being super sweet. So the bitterness of it, you have to when you look at sweet stouts, look at IBUs on sweet stouts. It's very hot, or it's not sweet stout, imperial stouts. When I first started home brewing and I wanted to do an imperial stout, you have to balance out the bitterness or the sweetness of the malt with bitterness of hops. So you're actually going to keep adding hops like you were doing like an actual IPA. So with this actually being a black IPA, double IPA, not only are they trying to combat the sweetness of the malt, but they're also building it up as an IPA as well. And that, my friends, is my...
It's not a rant. It's just,
no, I know. I was trying to think of another word for it.
Professor talk, your TED talk on
Professor Katzenjammer. A TED talk of the day. Thank you, Professor Katzenjammer. Cheers.
Welcome to the show, Professor.
Thank you, my young man.
So I'll admit I have not had this in a while, but this is like literally one of my favorite beers from them.
I don't think I've ever had it before.
And I'm getting like it's almost stouty.
Absolutely.
Very much so.
Very stouty, but it's got that bitter hop forwardness.
There's like a citrusy, piney...
Yeah.
There's a lot
Yeah.
But then,
Going
like,
on.
that whole, like, you take a sip, it's literally like chocolate going down the back of my throat. I'm like, what is going on with this beer?
Sweet chocolate,
Yeah,
and then citrus and pine.
This is it says this is the third time they've ever actually brewed it and been able to brew it. It sounds like they've tried to do it a number of times, but it doesn't always work very well. And I get that based on what I'm tasting. I mean, it's so interesting. One of the most interesting beers I've had in a while.
Especially for a black IPA. I know we've talked about black IPAs recently. Brandon, you and I talked with Jackie, Poppin' Pills homebrew episode, about she has a black IPA that she does, and black IPA got really popular at one point, and then boom, gone. Some breweries are still making black IPAs.
I've seen it come back a bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Past month or three.
And I do want to, go back and revisit it, but this has probably just ruined it for me. Like to go back to other breweries and try their black IPAs, because with this, especially with this being a double black IPA, like it's, or I'm sorry, as you would say, an IPA double.
Thank you.
Black.
See, it's catching on.
So does it go all the way? Like, does it say IPA double black?
Yeah.
Dumb. I think this one is, it's Brandon. I think you hit the nail on the head there. It is very stouty. It is sweet. It is very roasty. And then all of a sudden, it's like pine, citrus, bitterness, and it's a bitterness that complements the roastiness of what's already there from the grains. The
Yeah,
malts.
and I do want to intercept real quick because
Intercept it, baby, touchdown.
this is because I thought Clark was going to talk. We don't want to let that happen.
Too
Anyway,
much.
So this is not the beer I had before. So I've not had Rage. Anger is the one that I've
yes.
had.
Well, this is much angrier than
Yes.
Anger. Yeah. Yeah, no, Anger is just their regular black IPA, right?
I watched Beverly Hills Ninja last night. I was enjoying that.
Yeah, if anybody didn't get that reference, man, you're missing out on Chris Farley.
Yeah.
I think I've had anger as well. I have anger issues, but I have had anger, and rage is when I see red.
Yeah, and yeah. So when he brought this black IPA, I was like, oh, I've had that. I love that. And I just thought Rage was angry.
You need therapy.
Definitely a different beer.
No, but there's a nice, it's like burnt sugar on the back there. That's really
Yeah, there's a ton of
cool.
that.
Yeah,
That's my disclaimer.
Yeah.
That's how I explain it.
The
It's really
sweetness.
cool.
The sweetness isn't off-putting. It's
No.
almost like it's like a really nice balance of sweet, bitter. I gotta say, guys, we toss this around so much because it's our second year of planning a Maltese episode, but Jesus Christ.
Check my check-in, because I've had this. I had not had 1 star yet, but I had a Rage 2 weeks ago. And in my comment on Untapped, I say, dare I say,
Oh, I think,
running for a...
Is this still available there, do you think?
I believe so, and I can certainly check when I go
Please
back.
let me know, because I think it would be nice to have this again, and maybe just not even like, I don't want to age it,
Yeah,
but like
well-
wait on it a little bit and see how maybe what happens with some of the hops, or fuck it, I'll just
Who
drink
knows?
it fresh, baby.
I mean, it could be very interesting. I assume it has some of the physicality of a beer that would age fairly well, not too long. But it's almost like I want to when I take a sip, it's like my brain's telling me, "Oh, you're not going to like this. You shouldn't like this."
Yeah.
and all these
It doesn't-
interesting.
doesn't compute. Oh shit! Sorry.
Everyone's so angry.
Yeah, the rage is really flowing.
Yeah,
through
it doesn't compute, but then it all somehow comes together.
It's just PG, dude.
Oh no! Oh shoot!
Darn it.
Tell us more, Dr. Dettridge.
Will do, Professor. No, I was just. I think I got it all out. That's why is this so delicious when I feel like it shouldn't be.
As we sail the 7 seas. I wish you had 2 bottles of this, and not of no offense to 1 star, but now I don't know if you're doing it on purpose. I know the second one was on purpose. That one I don't think it was, but boy, that timing
2
is
very heavy
yeah.
beers.
I really like this beer. Like I said, nothing against the 1 star, but this is the bee's knees, as the kids say, right? Kids
Yeah,
are
they
saying
hit
that?
this one out of the park.
Do your sons say that? They say the bee's knees about stuff?
They don't say the bees.
My son does. Doesn't say much, but bees knees
Bees
is one of
knees.
them.
First phrase.
Give him his birthday gift. He's like, it's the bee's knees, Uncle Tone,
What's that? Or
Uncle
goes,
Toti.
where's Toady?
Yeah, where's Toti?
Says
Right
that
here.
every once in a while.
Yeah, sorry, I'm in your house right now, but you're sleeping, buddy.
Wake up, kid.
Oh man, this is boy, I'm kind of floored by it. I haven't had any beer like this ever.
Oh, geez, I give this
Really?
a 5.
Yeah, I can
I
see that.
agree. I mean, it's.
I would give it a 5.
Yeah, it's. I think
Untapped.
I originally gave it like a 4.5 or 4.75. And I'm like, you know what? Bring it up there, man. This is a 5. This is.
4.25.
I can see this. I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
I agree. I mean,
it's above a 4, that's for sure.
Yes, and I go off the scale, like, you know, being a manager in my day job and all this stuff. It's like nothing's ever a 5 unless. So our thing is like you're not a whatever the highest number is unless you're doing TED Talks and like you have to be leading that
Sure.
industry.
So are you
And
a 5
so-
at your job though?
Yes.
I knew it.
So this I was like, it's awesome.
I'm a 4.5 at my
It's
job.
4.25, but if I don't ever find anything better,
Yeah.
I try it again. It'll move up. And again, 4.25 is not bad.
not at all.
I think we start hunting down beers that we think might be contenders for the Maltese.
No, the only
And I've
reason.
been-
Yes.
Well, I was gonna say is that I've been trying to be more realistic with my check-ins and
Sure.
like not just being like, oh, I love this is great. I was like, I try to be realistic and I'm like, okay, I'll have other beers in this style, right? Move it down, and with the thought of if I have it again, I can move it up.
Right.
Like,
I've done that with certain beers too. Where I was
don't
like,
have a-
shit, why did I give this like a 3.75?
well, that's why I wish that, like Untapped had like a scale. Like,
Yeah.
throw the beer on a scale and like, all right, move it up and down for your styles, and like I would totally be all about that. Maybe we need to invent a new app.
It's called Nuts and Gum.
Tapped.
Perfect. This is I'm getting. You had mentioned, Clark. You had mentioned burnt sugar from the. Actually, real quick, Brandon, I'm with you on that. There are beers that I've gone back to and
I do that a lot.
had again and checked, and I was like, no, it's not. Gone back and forth. So
Yeah.
I get it. But a lot of beers, I I do lean more. The beers that I'm buying, I feel like I know I'm gonna like. Like I'll really read this. There's been way more hits than misses. So when I give it like a 4, I feel like when I'm getting. I mean, I think you and I have talked about this, Clark. Like you're giving a 3 to a beer. Sometimes I'm like, that feels like I don't like that beer.
I agree.
A
Well,
2
you and I have definitely kind of upped our numbers a bit. Back in the day, we were real sticklers.
Yeah.
Like I see some of our old check-ins, and we go like 3 and a quarter, 3.25
Yeah.
for Anti-Hero, or I mean something that we know is one
Like-
of our beers, and we're like,
I think
yeah, that was a
as-
bit harsh.
As time goes on, we try some of these other beers. We realize, we adjust or whatever.
True.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say about this beer, as I'm almost done with it, sadly, is that you had mentioned... Shut up, man. You're almost done, too. You mentioned burnt sugar for 1 star, and now that, like, the last couple sips I'm getting, it's almost like...
I mentioned it for this.
Did you?
Yeah, like 5 minutes ago.
These 14% beers, I swear to God. You
Come
did
on,
mention-
Professor.
Professor Katzenjammer, Dr. Katzenjammer is back, and yes, you're right, burnt sugar is here. But it's like almost... I remember, Brandon, when we had Barrel Age Smells Like Bean Spirit from Microphone here in your garage.
Yep.
And I took a sip and I said, this tastes like burnt Eggo waffles with syrup. But in a positive way.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm getting kind of that like really like burnt sugar because of the roasted
Yeah.
malts in there. It's nice. I love it. It's awesome. This is a great beer.
No,
this is in the running for me.
And I love things that are burnt. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I mean, that's why you sit in the sun all day.
I'm the guy that's sitting like eating burnt toast.
I mean, you smoke so much weed, you're so burnt out.
Yeah.
totes.
Brandon does not smoke weed. That's
My
all.
son did that.
Your son
today.
smokes weed?
My son does.
Looking back to it, I knew
No,
it.
the pizza we got him some pizza bread, and it was like all like for some reason the one slice was all burnt around the edge.
We won't say what pizzeria
and
it is.
he tasted it and he threw it down. He's like, no. The next one, it was burnt. Threw it down. Threw it down. Threw it
Like
down.
his
And then he
style.
came back, and then he just kept eating the burnt part.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, yeah, dude, it doesn't get much better than that.
Whatever you like.
Just wait till he tries burnt ends. Oh, thank you guys for both of them agreeing. That's delicious. Well, this is
Got my
these.
ham getting ready for some smoking.
Oh yeah. That sounds absolutely amazing, Brandon. We really do need to do a grilling and beer episode or a whatever. We've talked about it so many times. I'm not going to rehash that again. But you're doing a smoked ham, which sounds fantastic.
You're invited for it too.
Thanks, man. Cool.
Come by, have some ham.
You want to record? What we do?
Rage and ham.
Nuts and Gum presents Smoking Rage and Ham. I could see him going blind. No, I've listened to Corn today. I could see that this beer, when you brought up ham, like this beer could be used as a glaze. I could gla-
Oh,
I
totally.
would glaze
Yeah.
I would glaze meat with this beer. But because they only make it so many times, like I don't want to waste it.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But let's go to Michigan right now. Let's pack up the Kia. We're gonna Clark, you have to walk. Brandon and I are gonna pack up the Kia with some sleeping gear because we're gonna sleep in Michigan when we get there.
For 7 men.
We're gonna
Perfect
grab
for
a
you
bunch
and
of
me.
Rage.
Okay.
We'll be so angry on the ride up there, but then when we have it, it's like the Rage was building up for us to drink liquid Rage to then be good. We're okay.
And then we're so happy.
Right, so we're
fucking
gonna get
thrilled.
Rage on our way out there.
No, we're gonna be Rage. We're gonna be in Rage, like physically.
Yeah.
And
So
we're
we're
gonna
gonna
be
have it
angry.
when we get there.
We're gonna drink Rage and be good again.
Oh, okay.
The beer's
I
an
think that's what
elixir.
they're going
Good
for.
to know.
Dr.
Good to know.
Katzenjammer prescribes 1 bottle of Rage.
Katzenjammer, was that his? Is that your name?
That's my name,
It was.
Katzenjammer.
The
same
as
name
you said earlier.
Yeah, trust me. There's
Okay.
a
I'll
lot
go back
more
and
to that.
listen.
Katzenjammer just keeps
Okay,
on
I'll go
coming.
back and listen to my first episode ever, and I'll make sure that's what you
This
said.
is episode 57. This
I know,
is
but
the first
I'm saying I've never listened to an episode before. I will listen to this
Oh
one.
no, this is the first time Dr. Katzenjammer has made
Oh,
an
okay,
appearance.
got it.
And it felt like it was appropriate for my TED talk.
Good.
I get it.
Well, those are some hefty beers.
Yeah, they really are, and I kind of wish there was, something else from Greenbush, man.
I thought about it, but then everything else was, 5%. So I didn't want to bring the party
okay,
down.
5%. You're not bringing it
wanna
down.
bring the party
you know
down.
what? You want to bring the party down, Brandon? Get Clark's homebrew out.
Oh, that's going to be a real change of gears here.
Yeah, baby. I feel like I do want to keep the conversation going here. I feel like this is the right time. We are working our way down, and Clark, I'm pretty sure you gave me a sample of this.
You're talking about mine?
Yeah.
Nick the
Gotta leave
Dick?
that pop in.
Clark, tell us a little bit about Nick the Dick.
So Nick the Dick
Not the actual person. But
is
the
a
beer itself.
cross between a pale ale / IPA. I think the first time I brewed it, it was supposed to be a pale ale, and it turned out more like an IPA.
Important, yeah.
Oh, we got a Three Floyds. Oh, we got another Three Floyds guy here. Sorry, I'm not really digging at Three
You have
Floyds.
not poured any.
I have not.
You need to rinse your glass of the rage. I don't need much.
That wasn't what I was gonna do, but all right.
That's a
Oh,
good
look
idea.
at
I'm
that.
gonna rinse the rage.
Look at those 6 ounces I got out of the keg before it kicked.
Yeah, thanks for bringing your beer.
Me.
Thanks for thinking of us.
Yeah, but I did I not have some Nick the Dick?
You've had Nick the Dick. Let me check Untapped here.
There's way more Dick here.
I haven't poured any yet.
I know.
Oh, Tony, you've had it a number of times.
Yeah.
Back in 2016.
Ooh, this Dick smells good.
Thank you.
That's what she said.
What?
You've had it twice. Yeah, twice.
No, it
So
smells fantastic.
I geared it more towards a pale ale this time, but it still kind of turned out more like an IPA. I brought down the caramel a little bit.
You can tell that you walked with this beer a lot.
A little fizzy.
It's
Been jumbled up,
a
if
little
you will.
less fizzy, if you
Oh,
will.
a little less fizzy.
Some carbonation has maybe escaped.
Well,
Sorry, but please,
what happens.
please.
Let me get you the info on the old.
It smells fruity and fantastic.
Let me
It
get
smells
you the
really
old
good.
411 on Pest Vargas. That's a real deep movie quote. Anybody out there?
If,
411 on Pest Vargas.
I will say this: if anybody can name that quote, send us an email.
Yes.
info@themaltinghour.com. We'll send you some stuff.
Do you actually know what that's from?
Absolutely
Okay,
not.
good.
Which is
Well,
why
that's
it makes
fine.
it even more fun.
That's fine. Yeah, so we got all sorts of stuff here that we're gonna talk about.
Do you need me to stall a little bit? Because it looks like you're digging through your beer, Smith.
Or just edit. Editor's note.
Absolutely
Stall.
not. Absolutely, I'm done with that. We're doing the ABC.
That's what Gary said.
I've taken that on. We're gonna do the ABC approach, which is the Afro Beer Chick approach, which is we're not editing. We're very minimal editing these days. We're just gonna roll with it. And with that, Dr. Dettridge, what do you got, baby?
Here we go. We'll just run through it. We got some pale, 2-row. A little caramel.
We got some pale,
Anyone ever out there in homebrew land heard of that one? Thought I'd throw in a change for this recipe and put in 10 pounds of 2-row.
Switching it up.
Yeah, it's this new malt catching the homebrew
Really
nation by storm. So I paid to have one shipped in from
Fantastic.
Jamaica, I believe it's from.
Jamaica, New York.
A little bit of caramel, 80. Then a little bit of Cascade and Citra. That's all it is. Very simple.
Yeah, Cascade and Citra, very nice combo. Both very citrusy. Cascade more grapefruity. Citra very.
Yeah, this is quite the change.
I think Brandon wants to put it up there for the malties this year, for the low carbonation.
Low carbonation from chugging along in a half bottle.
I'm not worried about that.
No, it's really good, man. I've had this a few times. I remember enjoying it very much. That the Cascade and Citra is really, I like that hop combination because, like I was saying, it's very citrusy. There's grapefruit. There's orange. Like I can say citrus again.
Did you say that you brought down the malt on this?
I brought down the caramel 80.
Caramel. So
And I want to do even more because I was trying to get. I don't want to say get closer to Fist City, but I wanted to get a lighter colored beer.
How about caramel 60? Maybe try that.
I could do more caramel 60.
well, no. So that's here leading into my question. Like, so as homebrewers,
That's us.
you brought down the caramel, and you said you wanted again you want to get closer to Fist City or whatever. But so what did you bring down? Did you bring anything else up? Or
No, I
you
didn't change anything because I wanted to bring the ABV down a bit from my previous batch, and
Yeah,
I
that would
wanted
do
to
it.
bring down the color a little bit. And I think the recipe calls for about 10 ounces of the caramel.
Yeah.
And I think I took out 3 ounces, so it wasn't like I,
You
totally removed it. But,
yeah,
ruined.
that's like-
but percentage wise
that
of
is a
what's that's being
significant
used,
amount.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it still came out pretty orange, pretty
The color's
dark-ish.
great. I mean, and I was, all joking aside about the carbonation. I mean, you did say
Well,
the
that
keg
does-
blue.
yeah.
But no, I mean, it's
Between having rage first and then no carbonation, it's like,
no, actually, I
oh,
mean,
this tastes real interesting.
It's actually really refreshing.
yeah, it was
true.
exactly like even the aroma of it. Like I said, it's like pineapple, tropical, citrusy goodness right there, man.
Yeah,
It's good.
100%. I will agree with that.
Yeah, I liked it.
Well, thanks. No, it's one of my flagships, if you will.
Oh, do you have a brewery that we don't know about?
Clark Oxy Brew House.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's partnered with Dick Duran's Ale
I was gonna
House.
say whatever happened to Dick Duran's Ale House.
Oh, they're still open. They're just a little dormant these days.
They've only made one beer.
They've made two.
Oh, two
They made,
beers. Sorry.
Lemon Party, a Patriotic Lemon Party.
Patriotic Lemon.
And the first in their Mike Tyson Punch-Out series.
6 years
More
later.
to come.
Oh, can't wait for those. Woo! It's gonna be great. Clark, fantastic job on that beer, and thanks for providing all the beers for today,
Oh,
man.
it was a pleasure. Great to talk about Greenbush.
Yeah, it's nice if
finally.
we're finally able to do that because we haven't had any Greenbush on here, right?
I don't think so.
That was I think was established in the first 10 minutes of the episode.
Yeah.
And having those 14% beers.
And I also don't remember
When I just
if
ate
we were
chickpeas and
recording
rice
at
for
the time,
dinner.
or if I just
Yeah, that's okay. I had chickpeas and rice for dinner, so my tolerance, and I didn't drink all week, so my tolerance is really weak, baby.
Oh, so you need another 14% beer?
Can't wait.
do
Looking
it.
forward to it. Glad I brought some beer too. But yeah, I think I would. It would be kind of fun to go back and revisit some other Greenbush beers that we've had in the past. Obviously not IPAs because Clark doesn't like them. Just joking. It's just not his style. No, I know. I'm
Doesn't
joking.
like all of their IPAs.
No, he hates all IPAs.
Grassy and bitter.
Greenbush, no thanks.
I just want haze.
I just need haze for days or West Coast.
Everyone ever wonders why Clark's a sometimes guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean,
He just proved it today. But your dick is also delicious. Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're very
the
welcome.
dick.
Yeah, it was a little foamy when I had it on a jockey box a few weeks ago.
not
So
what
Would
she
you say
said.
there's a lot of head?
there was tons of head in this dick. I mean, it was a foamy dick. But I did write on Untapped. Oh, damn, I lost it. It was a foamy dick, but a good dick to be sure, or something. So
And that is how we end the episode. It was a foamy dick, but a good dick to be sure. You guys, I would say this is a successful episode 57.
yeah, we'll see.
That's a lot of negative. Oh, do you need another sip of rage? Because it sounds like it's gonna. We need the rage.
I brought 6 more for after the final pour.
We'll see how well can we edit Clark out of the entire episode.
I'm just gonna have him say dick for every answer now. Clark, what do you think of this beer? Dick.
I mean, we do need
Foamy
to get...
dick.
So now I'm like, now I got to go back and get those sound drops.
Oh, I think we just need a whole episode of sound drops. It'll be great. The time that Clark can't make it, we'll just
Once we get to the point,
insert 'em.
like,
Just throw in all the...
like right now, insert him. Foamy dick.
if we're professional and we have a soundboard and do stuff, like, foamy dick can be dropped.
That's true. I mean, you could probably just get rid of me, do an episode take what I say, like it would be like working on it,
And foamy
dick, balanced, even though that's kind of your thing.
Well, thanks for giving us all the sound
Yeah.
bites.
Yeah, you're giving it to us right now.
What else? What else we got? Real good Michigan beers. I went to Watermark.
Hazy IPA.
Hazy IPA, juicy. Ooh, Hop Butcher is great.
Revolution.
I used to have a lot of
beers.
Shorts beers when it was only in Michigan.
Those are good. Those are all perfect. On that note,
I think you got it.
yeah.
Oh, shit. Clark hasn't been recording the entire time.
Oh shit. Well, start over from the beginning. Brandon, I love you, man.
Love you too, bud.
Clark, thanks for bringing those beers, man.
Yeah, thanks, Clark.
Thanks for having me.
Look forward to having the dick fully carbonated.
You can't say thanks for having. Like, you're part
You're
of
part of the
this.
fucking show, dude.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, this is the worst episode ever.
Clark's fired.
Thanks for having me, though.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us on social media platforms individually. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, on Untapped, BDub Drinks Beer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Asa Phelps Chicago. On Twitter, The Asa Phelps Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all three. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.